Hey Prima gang, let me start off this video by prefacing the most important facts. I am not a Swiftie, despite the sweatshirt. Alright, it's cold as balls in this house because the heating of the entire building is controlled by our landlord. I don't know where he is, maybe up in the Bahamas. Maybe he forgot the mid-October cold chills in Canada. So this is courtesy of Mrs. Primacon, alright? I don't want to hear about it in the comments. She also said I look good in pink, which is the second woman to say that right after my mother. So I'll take that to heart. Now with the important things out of the way, if you're new to this channel, let me tell you a fun story. Back when we were anticipating Hollow Knight Silksong early 2025, there was a big drought. Following the Silksong announcement on the Switch 2 Direct in April, we were all holding our breath for the next news, and next news came in form of a new console which featured Silksong as its front and center title, Xbox ROG Ally. This was showcased back in June, and Silksong, like I said, was the cover game for it. We got some new footage, we got confirmation that it'll be available to play on that console day one, although at that point we really didn't know what that meant.
The highly anticipated Hollow Knight Silksong will be available at launch and in Game Pass when the Ally releases later this year.
And honestly, it left a lot of people frustrated at that time because we wanted Team Cherry to talk to us directly, and we thought that they were selling out, signing deals with companies, which is preventing them from straight up telling us when the game is coming out or whatever. Obviously, no one knows behind the scene details or what the little complications of their contract with Xbox was, because later in July and August, one point I kept bringing up was, what does day one even mean if Silksong is coming out before the console? What makes it special? And that was the first domino that I felt that cascaded into this whole train of thought of what's the point of this console. And at that time, there were certain people defending this absurdity of a console, and I feel so bad for them because all the points they brought up, Xbox just bent them over and rammed it right up their ass. And let me tell you what I'm talking about a little bit more clearly here. Oh, also real quick guys, if you want to, you could help me get to 50k subs. I'm very close and it will honestly mean the world to me. So yeah, just real quick, consider subscribing. It'll take you like a second. Appreciate the thought. But anyway, Silksong, not an Xbox exclusive, so them using that to promote a console was already weird. Second of all, as we predicted, it came to be. Silksong came way before the ROG Ally. At this point, almost every fan has played it. Most casual people are playing it right now. So again, using it the whole you can play this day one on when our console launches, that's already out the fucking shitter, but that was predictable. Next thing is the absurd price point of $1,000. That's right, 1,000 US golden doubloons for this little handheld bullshit device. And when I was raging about it in my Discord server, a lot of people were defending it to be like, no, Primacon, listen, you don't understand. Because I was like, why wouldn't I just buy a Nintendo Switch to play the Nintendo exclusives? Or a Steam Deck? Or why wouldn't I just buy the original ROG handheld device? Because all it is an Xbox rebranding of it. And people were like, no, Primacon, you're wrong. It's not just an Xbox rebranding of the same console. You see, the reason the $1,000 price point is justified, and the reason that this is an Xbox, not just a reskin of an already existing handheld, is because you can play your Xbox library on it. See, that's what makes it special. And I don't want to pull up those messages from my Discord server because I don't want to embarrass those people, but people were like, no, Primacon, you see, you can play your Steam games on it, and then you can play your Xbox library games on it, which is what makes this an Xbox. Well, those people have eaten their words worse than Xbox eats shit these days, because apparently that's just not true. The only games the ROG Ally will play is the Play Anywhere Xbox game. Basically, the Xbox game that you can play on your PC going to the Xbox app, or games that you can access through the PC Game Pass. Those are the games that ROG Ally will play. Not the entire library of Xbox that you could play on a Series X, for example. It's just a glorified version of PC Xbox app. Which makes sense because this shit is running Windows. It looks so fucking goofy when you go to the lock screen because it's literally just Windows. This shit comes with OneDrive installed, guys. You excited for your Microsoft Teams on your Xbox device? Hey, there's a joke in here that I was gonna make that, oh, why would you buy $1,000 Xbox handheld that's not even an Xbox when you can get like an Xbox Series X for half the price? But then that joke won't even work anymore because Microsoft is so far up their own ass that they raised the price of their Xbox Series X twice since the console launched. The second time being US only, but still. What is this company doing, man? You wanna hear the latest fucking hoopla this company's doing? They are working on a Fortnite-esque Halo game. They're so they're just oh my god.
Don't be sad. This is just how it works out sometimes.
And do not get me started on the latest debacle of raising the Game Pass price from $20 to $30, an absurd 50% increase. Wow. Which you don't even get after shilling out $1,000 fucking dollars for this insane console. You get the mid-tier Game Pass bundle with it, not the top-tier $30 one. No. $1,000 weren't enough to cover for that, apparently. Team Cherry is so lucky they released their game quite before Xbox ROG Ally and distanced themselves from that brand while they had the time. And they're so lucky that Silksong absolutely fucking slaps. Otherwise, I feel like Xbox would have just sucked them into their whirlpool of misery. Because if this shit actually launched with ROG Ally X, that would have been just terrible marketing for Silksong to promote this gobshite of a console. I mean, they're saying, it has the Xbox UI. It has the, I don't even know what it's called, the Xbox home screen or whatever, which by the way, you can pull on any device. Nothing special about that. I could do that on my laptop right now. And then comes the fanatics that try to defend the performance of this thing, the performance. Let's talk about that. You see, what makes this different from a previous handheld or Steam Deck is the performance, Primacon. This thing is so powerful, it can fix your marriage. First of all, no, it's not. The highest graphically demanding AAA games, they're not gonna run on this shit on ultra settings with ray tracing enabled. It's a fucking handheld. Second of all, if you were looking for that power in a console, again, I'll state my point again, as absurdly overpriced and bullshit Xbox Series X is literally almost half the price of the ROG Ally. Why wouldn't you just buy a real console if you really cared about the power? Hell, PS5 Pro is the most powerful console in the market right now. Buy that, that's cheaper than the ROG Ally X. But no, then they say, oh, actually, it's not just the power, Primacon. It's the portability. It's a handheld. I can play it on the fucking bus. I can play it at my nan's funeral. I can play it wherever I please. Can you though? Because when it comes to big games like Cyberpunk, for example, a big AAA game that you might want to enjoy on your little Xbox handheld, that'll only give you a battery life of about an hour plus. An hour plus battery life? Imagine if your phone died in an hour from browsing social media, which is the main point of a phone these days, is just social media and YouTube. Imagine if it gave you 1 hour of YouTube playback before you had to like plug in the fucking charging cord. So yeah, the only games that it can be a handheld for is simple, lighter games that it can have like 4 to 6 hours of battery life for. But then if lighter games was the point, then why are you shilling out $1,000 to buy this ROG Ally bullshit when you could just buy literally anything else? Switch 2, I can't believe I'm glazing Switch 2 here, but you can buy 2 Nintendo Switch 2s for the price of 1 ROG Ally X and have quadruple time the fun. My guy, if you had $1,000, just like, look, buy a console and then go to Facebook Marketplace or whatever. You can buy like a good console and a nice TV to hook it up with. That might not be the biggest flex of a TV or whatever, but most people have a spare monitor or TVs in their house anyway. I just don't know who this console is for. Console is a very loose term for ROG Ally. I cannot fathom who the fuck is buying this. I don't get it, man. Hey, you know the best thing you can do right now as an Xbox fan? If you really want to relive the glory days, again, go to a Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist or somewhere else, get yourself an Xbox 360, get yourself a bunch of Xbox 360 games, and have a fucking blast, man. Play Forza Horizon 2, one of the best games that ever existed. Play the old Halo games, Gears of War, because this company right now, Microsoft, they're just shooting themselves in the fucking mouth. What even is an Xbox anymore? Anyway, I just really wanted to get my thoughts about this out there because this is so goofy, and I've been getting a lot of YouTube shorts recommended to me of people making funny skits about this whole situation regarding this console, and it just reminded me of that time where people tried to defend it in my Discord server that, oh, this could play Steam plus your Xbox library. I'm so sorry for you guys.